Now I gotta give you credit on that part. I'm gonna say probably to where you see just like I'm critiquing myself. You probably saying that, but really you listen way more than it even showed itself to be when it came to like actually in the details to like everything of like how I seen certain things. Like just from you listening, like not even having the full concept, you put a lot together that I didn't even realize could just be like simple, just right there. Like, okay. So like with the background concept, like instead of like because I know the way I was coming at first was trying to get out of like a pseudo way of thinking and like not so much magical thinking, but like more of a better correlation and see with
Yeah.
that shows like that's exactly what I mean. Like I have the idea, but like the initial what the display needs to be better for, you were there for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I get it too. Because I was like, it was certain parts when I was listening to the song, and you would say certain things, and I'm like, all right, when it comes to the creative process, like the hardest part is like the beginning stages. It is like where to start because it's like when you get into the creative process, that space, it's like you dealing with the feminine energy, you know what I'm saying? The things that are more indirect, you know, if there's more fluid, there's more motion, there's no structure in that place. And so it's like when you are able to take that and like it's like taking clay, you know what I'm saying? Like the clay you create it from nothing, you just grab it and you're like, all right, what do I want the clay to look like? You know, so you put the clay down, you might think of a table, you know what I'm saying, or whatever your spacecraft in your mind looks like, you know, and you start getting your tools, whether you're a sculptor, an artist, a painter, a jewelry artist, you know, like all kind of stuff, you know, and then you start just piece by piece, you know, kind of carving it out, making sure it looks good and all kind of stuff like that. And for me, when I was creating it, like the listening part is the most important because you could hear something, but if you're not listening, you're not putting yourself in a space to take it in and actually make sense out of that space and be like, all right, if I could put this out, what would it look like? So like that's what was going on in my head while I was doing that. I was like, all right, if we gonna make a background for this, like I don't really want it to be like some stars, skies, and stuff like that. Like it's got to be different. So I was like, you know what? Everything's water. So if everything being water, everything have emotion, why not make the background look like water? You know what I'm saying? Stars, water, all kind of stuff. It's the transition, this background, everything. So I was like, what better way to keep it simple than to just do that? We don't have to think too hard, and then it gives the actual character space to look like it's swimming in the sky. So it's like no matter how you look at it, you can say, oh yeah, it's swimming in the stars, in the sky, swimming in the ocean. Like it's very multifaceted on how you can look at it, and that's really the how the creative process is meant to be. From start to finish. And I ain't gonna lie to you, like the animation part was probably the most difficult because I was trying to figure out how to make it look like it's actually swimming. So I had to play around with a lot of different tools and stuff. So I was like, all right, I got to play with the distance, make it look like it's further, closer, all kind of stuff like that to create how it came to be. And man, shout out to you for the music too, because like the music made it a whole lot easier to also see how it should look and come in and come out and all kind of stuff like that.
Yeah,
So man,
I
shouts
appreciate
out to you.
I appreciate that. I'm glad it was clear as possible because I didn't want to be that. I didn't want it to be that situation where like, yeah, this makes perfect sense in my head.
I
In my head,
know
yeah,
how that means.
So
If you make sense in your head, the moment you put it out, people's like, okay, that sounds good, but like, what is this? What does this mean? So it's like that'd be the next step to learn how universal that your music or your creativity actually is.